The economy is so good they're trying to come into a country. I mean, we have many more people wanting to come in, and they come for economic reasons. They're not coming for asylum. They use asylum as a way.
Many are facing violence.
Really, they're coming though. Most of them for economic reasons, and the country is doing better economically than ever before, and everybody wants to crack in.
We're about to walk into the Oval Office. Where do you make your biggest decisions? Is it in there? Is it upstairs? Is it in your study?
I'm really all over. It's in the plane, sometimes going to a country. It's in the strangest places. But
It just
the
hits
Oval
you?
Office, I'll tell you, it's such a special place.
Show us around. Famous desk.
That's a very famous desk. That's the Resolute desk. And that was Ronald Reagan.
JFK.
It's JFK, and it's a very famous picture of John right here.
Use that as well.
President Clinton used it. A number of great presidents used it, and frankly, I had my choice. You have your choice of 7 desks. I have 7 desks, and that was the one that immediately. That was the one.
How do you? I mean, do they give you a catalog?
They actually do. They give you pictures of desks. They give you pictures of carpet. This is the Ronald Reagan carpet. They give you pictures of the drapes. You see the drapes? I think we have 12 sets of drapes we can use, and I chose those drapes. But
What's the biggest personal touch you put on the
I
office?
put a lot of them. The flags. You didn't have flags to any great degree. You had an American flag, but for the most part, you didn't have flags.
Do you actually do work in here, or is it all for meetings?
I do work in here. I have most of the meetings in here. People like to be in the room. It's very comfortable. And back there, I have a tremendous amount of work. In fact, you'd see it's a much different effect. You can't have, every time we have pictures, everyone wants a picture. You don't want to take all the things off your desk. So I have a desk back here that I actually use much more.
Do you find you can use the power of this setting to get your way? You're talking with those CEOs.
I don't think about it. I don't really, I don't focus on that, but I think probably it's true. Right there, that's more judges I'm signing. We've signed 107 judges since I'm in, and I'll get 145 plus 2 Supreme Court judges, which we already have.
Do you think that could end up being your most lasting impact?
Well, it could. I mean, people have said that. I don't think of it that way because we've given the biggest tax cut in history. We have ANWR. We have the biggest regulation
Tax
cut
cuts
by
come and
far.
go. Judges make
They
decisions for
do,
generations.
they do, and regulation cuts come and go, but the reason the economy is so good and the reason that so many people are pouring up through Mexico and wanting to come into our country, including people from Mexico, is because the economy is so powerful, it's so good.
Already sent out 3 tweets this morning, and I'm usually at my desk around between 6:30 and 7 when they start to come in. It seems like you're very conscious of you're going to set the news for the day before all of us do.
Yeah, I don't think of it that way. It obviously didn't work because I watched your show this morning. I watched Good Morning America, and they had something about the polling, and it's really suppression polling, it's fake polling, but in that case it was just made up polling. And I had the same thing made up. I mean, they give you phony numbers. They give you numbers. They said that they have access to numbers, which I don't believe they have access to. They want to suppress the minds of people so they don't bother going out and
Or do you
voting.
think there's a real conspiracy?
No, I think it's just a bad group of people. It shouldn't be allowed. But that's no different than the fake news. And the fake news is at a level that it's never been at before.
You and I, we know we disagree about that, but we have a whole day ahead to go on this. Our conversation continues a few minutes later. The president now seated at the Resolute desk, showing us some of those presidential appointments awaiting his signature, and complaining again about polls showing him running behind Joe Biden.
For instance, on Good Morning America today, they had that phony polling information. I explained to you last night that it was phony, but you didn't do anything about it. You should have, but it was late in the evening and perhaps you didn't get a chance.
I've studied those polls. I've heard the explanations for them.
Ultimately, it doesn't matter.
But why does it bother you so much?
Because it's untrue. I like the truth. You know, I'm actually a very honest guy. If I thought they were correct, I wouldn't be complaining at all. I understand that. It's like the witch hunt that goes on. No collusion with Russia. There was no collusion. And what bothers me,
As you know, that's not what Robert Mueller found.
It said no collusion. You know what? Nobody even brings Russia up anymore. What bothers me is when you did nothing wrong and they have a phony witch hunt. That bothers me. Then Mueller, who hates Trump, he's a never Trumper, and then he puts
What
18
evidence do
people.
you have that he hates you?
George, well, I know he hates me. And then he puts 18 people on who are Democrats.
Not all Democrats.
Well, they're very close, and they were contributor to Hillary, and some of them even worked for Hillary Clinton.
You've called
He was screaming,
Robert
"Wait a
Mueller
minute."
honorable. Why the switch?
I'm not switching or anything. I would hope he's honorable, but you know what? He gave us no collusion. That was a very big thing.
He did not
And
say
frankly, he did say that. He
He
said there was no
explicitly didn't
collusion.
look at
You
collusion.
have
He
to
said there
read
was
the
no.
report.
I did. He said that there was
Excuse
insufficient
me.
evidence to say
Read
there was a
the
conspiracy.
report.
I
Read
read
the
every page.
conclusion of the report. Just read it, okay?
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. It's 9:13 a.m. The 45th president, defiant as ever. You're here right now. You are president of the United States. Yet it seems like you just feel this need to push back at perceived enemies.
No, at false stories, at fake news. Nobody has any idea how corrupt the media is. They're corrupt. Not all of it, fortunately, but the media is
all
corrupt.
by continuing to say the media is corrupt. That's fake news. That when you need the media at a time of national crisis, we're not going to have the kind of unity we need.
I'm not worried about it, no. I'm not worried about it.
The president is under pressure from Congress and the courts to release his tax returns and financial statements.
When you will see my financial statement at some point, I assume it's going to be released, you'll be very impressed with the job I've done. Much, much bigger, much better
financial
than
statement?
anybody. They're after my financial statement.
멋지,
They'd like to get my financial statement. At some point, I hope
멋지가
they
어딨냐
get it.
씨발 저게
At some point, I might, but at some point,
멋지 그 중요하지 않겠지만 하여튼 이거 어법을 씨발 그 대통령이 틀리게 말하시네 그거.